Hello, beautiful. How are you? It's been a while. Um, I'm just putting on my makeup and doing like a little chat and see how everyone is doing. Usually when I put on my makeup, I get a lot of kind of like a time that I kind of reflect and think about my life and what's going on for the day, what I want to accomplish, just different things that comes to my mind. So this is a good time to just sit, reflect, and be quiet. So I actually got this hydrating face serum. It's kind of what I'm using right now. I actually got that from Marshall's. Sometimes their product is not too bad. Especially if I want to try something, I don't want to buy something at full price. So then I look at my other options, and sometimes they have some good sample things that you can get for, without having to pay full price, just to see how the product is before I decide to buy full-size bottles, because sometimes you can even buy full-size bottles there. So wouldn't be a bad idea to check out Marshall's. If you guys don't know, Marshall's, Home Goods, TJ Maxx, my favorite place to go. Super favorite place to go. This serum is really nice. This is winter now, and it's snowing out. It's not snowing, but it's been snowing for the past couple of days. Finally, we have some sunlight, which is really nice. But during the winter time, my skin gets really, really dry. And if I don't put anything that is more oily, my cheek starts flaking. So it's probably a good thing to do something like that, and it's hydrating, so that's nice too. Usually I kind of use the Tarte for the longest time. It's called the Tarte Shape Tape. For the longest time, I think I might have even bought the wrong color, but for the longest time I didn't even realize that I had to use water with it, like a wet sponge. I just kind of used my little brush, but I realized that when I was watching, ironically, I think it was QVC or something, and they were actually trying to sell that online over Christmas, and they were using sponge. And so guess what? I went to get me some sponge. And what it does is it just kind of, it's a shape tape, so the wetness kind of evens out your skin tone to make your makeup look better. And it covers, for me, I have like some pimple scars, one on my forehead, one on my cheeks, and it hasn't gone away for months, and sick of looking at it, really. So, and I always have really bad dark eye circles, as you can see. Once I apply it, it's gotten my eye is getting less dark, but I think it really does make a difference, because I've been using, let me show you, I've been using this when I put the shape tape on and just kind of paint it on my face, but I think it doesn't blend in as well, and so sometimes I have like really like bright spots here and there, and then some spots are not covered as well. I feel like I want some more coverage, so I'm just gonna go ahead and put a little bit more of the shape tape. All my areas that I need, It's not usually like on the corner of my nose right here. Gets very red for some reason. I don't know why, but I thought I'd put on my makeup and chit chat with you guys, because I'm good at that. Today is actually the last day of December, and I did not plan anything, just because I feel like if you plan what you want to say, usually it's rehearsed, it's not real. So bear with me, whatever I'm gonna say, nose itch. And then, see, I'm in between these two colors. Honestly, I'm almost done with this, because my skin changes from summer to winter. Summer, my skin gets progressively tanner and darker, and winter, my skin gets progressively lighter. So that's where, and over the summer, my skin gets more greasy as time goes. Maybe because of the sun or being outside, sweaty, whatever. And then over the winter, my skin gets drier. So I almost need two different kind of coverage and base, based on the weather. So before, I'm so boring with makeup. I mean, not like I'm super good. I'm really not good. I'm just doing the basic. I would say do what works for you and your skin. I've watched tons of YouTube video and their makeup tutorial and blah blah blah, and then when it really comes down to doing it yourself, it really doesn't look right on me. I think it's relative. Do what works for your skin, because and do what works for your face and your style and your look, because it's different, you know. I don't know why there's this little mark here. Maybe there's a piece of hair, maybe. Just trying to check my camera, make sure. Or maybe it's my phone. I don't know what the deal is. Weird. I didn't realize you can actually adjust the light, brightness, and the darkness. Very cool. So it has been a while since I do my videos. It took a little break, mental break, because life sucks. For a while, sucked for a while. I have a full-time job that I'm working, and I'm more in a leadership position, and that has really taken a toll on me. Because not that I just realized it, I knew earlier that I am actually an empath. And whoever do not know what an empath is, empath is somebody that really, from my understanding, and this is my perception, okay, don't quote me, although I read a lot of books. This is Tarteist Pro Glow. I like to use a little bit bronzer. My kids are home from winter break, so you might hear them in the background. But for those of you who do not know what a empath is actually someone who is really emphatic. Isn't it? That's the word, emphatic. Or am able to really empathize. They don't just empathize, they actually physically, it's just taking empathy into the next level of actually feeling emotions of people. They don't just feel it in their heart, they don't just empathize and feel it with you, they can physically feel pain. They can physically feel pain of somebody else. And empaths are very sensitive people. They can unknowingly take people's bad energy with them, if that makes sense. So for a lot of years, I didn't know that I was an empath. All I knew is, well, my job has always been in the service industry and coaching, and I deal with a lot of people. I see people all day long. I work with people all day long, and people like me. They come to me for all sorts of energy coaching. It's like they like my energy, and that's what empaths, people like empaths energy, because they are very easy to talk to. They are very empathetic. They are usually very kind, and they are kind of like a beacon for people who needs to vent. So what happens is empaths become like the dumping ground of people. Whew, I can hear the animals barking. You become the dumping ground of people's problems. Because people will tell you and they feel very comfortable with you. So some of them, they don't even, I'm speaking from my experience, they don't filter what they say. They just tell you because they trust you, and that's a good thing, right? People trust you and they tell you things. But what happens is, as empaths, you don't realize, which was for the longest time I didn't, is that you in turn take in those bad energy from what you're listening to, whether it be a good situation, whatever. You kind of take in the negative, and that's why people like you, because they come to you as empaths as a dumping ground of their bad, and then they take in all the good. So they take in all your energy, all your the positivity that you radiate. They just want to come to you and get some of that from you. Those are what I call the energy vampires. They do that. And then what happens is, then you get drained and you get feelings that you don't understand where they came from. So for me, I didn't know where my energy came from. Like all those, like when I come home after long days of work, for many years I would be very, very crabby, and I would have no idea why, because I would have an okay day at work. I mean, nothing has gone wrong, but I just know that I'm physically drained. I don't want to laugh. I don't want to be nice, because, in customer service, you smile and you laugh all day long with people. And you don't want to do that anymore. You just want to go home and you just want to be yourself. And then you just get this, for me anyway, I get very, very crabby. My poor husband had to deal with it. But then as I grow in my spiritual journey, I realized, okay, I am very sensitive. I actually took a test, and I am on the highest scale of the sensitivity level. So there's different levels you can go in and try, and it's called like a sensitivity test, and you can actually do a test to see how sensitive you are. They ask you different questions about how you approach things, how you feel about things, blah blah blah, and then they will give you like a test later, a result later, to tell you like on the scale of the level of the sensitivity where you land. So for me, what happened is I get very, very sensitive, and I did not know how to protect myself, and so I fall into this negativity streak of negativity. And I would know how to pick myself up, but then I would always go back to it and pick myself up and go back to you. So for empaths, you really have to learn to protect yourself, because your energy is sacred, and you need to learn how to set boundaries. And that was one thing that I was not very good at. I didn't know how to. I'm still learning how to. But long story short, why I talk to you about this is because in the last month, I have always been a very strong person. I've always worked hard to move forward. Don't let negative things get the best of you. Don't stay in that place. Just continue to move forward, move along. Don't be sorry for yourself. But I had an experience with an individual that was triggering a lot of my past, a lot of my baggage that I choose to, over my years of life, choose to ignore, because I choose to not feel sorry for myself, and I choose to pick myself up and go. And but this particular individual really triggered a lot of post-traumatic experiences from my past to surface again. And it really wrecked my emotions. It really wrecked my energy. And I mean, honestly, if you talk about realistic, it was bullying. But I didn't realize at that time it was bullying. I just thought it was just, maybe I wasn't good enough. I was not good. Something was wrong with me. I didn't do the right thing or whatever. And I just, and that constant bullying caused me to kind of disintegrate inside slowly, because it really started to cause me to question my capability, my person, and that's not good. But that happened to me. And I have 15% of battery left, of course. I didn't charge my phone yesterday. And so what happened was, there's all, what I learned in the past month is that your energy is very precious, and things in life affects you, and there's a reason why some people in your life brings up some of those unresolved past in you. And that's where you really need to, like, I'm taking this time to really ask myself, like, okay, what lesson do I have to learn? Because it sucks, I don't want to learn this again. I've always been a very strong person, but this situation, and I don't want to be a victim, because I at first I was like, I'm the victim, someone's bullying me, and this is really causing me a lot of mental distress. But I decided I was going to take ownership of me and what I have to learn in this, and not make it about the bullying, make it about what do I have to learn from this. And counseling has really helped me. I know I was one of those people, like, why would you want to go see a shrink? But it really helped. But long story short, I had to come to terms with having to resolve all those years of garbage and baggage, because I choose to move on and be strong and move forward. And all those years of doing that, and all those different like situations that I've been through, really caught up to me. And it got into a point where I can't hold back the tears when I'm talking to somebody. I cannot not have anxiety, because I get really, really nervous, and I started doubting myself. I literally physically could not do the things that I used to be able to do. And that was really, really hard, because I'm a very independent person. But the reason why I wanted to share this is because I wanted the year 2020 to be way different. My outlook has definitely evolved since this experience. I'm still experiencing it, and I'm still growing with it. But as I'm putting on my makeup, I just wanted to share this with you guys, because it's important to me, and my battery is about to die on my phone. But I want us to take this discussion. Don't leave this discussion, but I'm going to bring up this discussion again, to talk about what have I learned since this experience. But just to give you a background story before I dive into it a little bit later in my second video. But I just want to say good morning. Hi guys, I'm back. I understand more fully why this could be a healing process for me. What the purpose and intention of starting a video is, and give you a little bit more story around why I say this. But thank you for taking the time. I will post this video today, unedited, and hopefully we get to go to the next video about what my plan is for 2020, and then some of the lessons that I've learned besides just the surface summary that I just gave you. But I just want you to know that I appreciate you. If there's one person out there that is struggling with bullying, with mental illness, don't feel sorry for yourself. You can be sorry for yourself. I mean, you know, we all do at times, and I'm guilty of that. But don't stay in that place, and maybe take that as a way of thinking, why am I in this place, and what can I do differently to look at this situation a little bit differently, and then really think about what lesson do I want to draw from this situation, because you know what, it will make you stronger. And what I've learned in this journey is self-love is so important, and I'm still learning that. It comes easy for some people, but not for everyone. But self-love is a lesson that I'm really taking away from this. Well, ladies, till our next video together, I just want you to know I appreciate you, and I hope you come back to this channel, because my heart is in the right place to help people with my journey, and I just really want you to come along and hope that you pay it forward to someone else who really needs it too. All right, thank you so much.